It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Monday Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast. On this, the 16th day of September 2024, coming to you from a very seasonable Bedford County, Virginia. However, we're going to get a little wet, as I'll talk about in a little bit. Later on today, it could start, definitely tomorrow. One announcement, just so everybody knows, again, there will be no regularly scheduled show on Friday. I will try to do a show sometime Friday from on the train. I have to be in Richmond to get on the train, to board the train for a 6:05, I think it is, departure a.m., which means, I got to leave here in the middle of the night to get there. But that's okay. Done it before. I'll probably do it again. Depending on several things. One, the Wi-Fi signal on that particular train, or if I can get 5G to pull in on the train. We'll see what kind of signal I got as to whether I can do a regular show whenever it might be. Might be at 11. Who knows? It might not be. We'll just have to come play it by ear. But I'll try to do a show at least sometime from on the train. And then I'm going to Boston and meeting Hot Air Tom when he gets off the Norwegian gym. All right, before we get to all that, because I got a whole bunch of stuff to go over about that, let's at least introduce the show. Of course, today's show is brought to you by chilliescruises and Will U.S., the owner of Scoot Around. The lead story today, the main headline today, is tropical storm warnings in the Carolinas. Also today, we're going to talk about Carnival Vista sales at full speed. Whoopee! Princess better than the best price. Carnival Pride cancels Greenland port. Rhapsody of the Seas cancels cruise due to a lifeboat damage. That's a new excuse for me, but I agree with it. Keeping the Blues Alive cruise and lots more here live this morning at 11 o'clock. Today, folks, is National Guacamole Day. We had a taco salad. That's a regular dinner item, a dinner menu item for us. Amanda makes a wonderful taco salad. And the four of us like taco salads. And that's the way she makes it. It's a full meal. She and I use spicy guacamole on our taco salads, which give it an extra little kick. My sister and my brother-in-law don't care for guacamole. And my sister will eat some, but she doesn't like things very spicy anymore. So Amanda and I, we get one of those little containers of spicy guacamole and split it on our taco salads. I like that. To me, that's a terrific meal. And it's not, overladen with calories like I eat most of the time. If you're listening via the podcast, you can always access the podcast via my blog, accessadventure.net. And what I do, folks, is as soon as I can get it processed and up. Now, the new system from StreamYard, I'm not sure if it's StreamYard. No, it wouldn't be StreamYard. It would be Megaphone, which is the system that processes my audio track into a podcast. They're being awful slow with uploading. So I have not been getting the podcast up as quickly as I like. I've sent them messages. Why is it slowed down so much? I haven't heard back. But anyway, so let's say within the hour of the end of the broadcast, it'll be up so you can listen to the full podcast. And I always, promote it across the channel and across the various places where it's broadcast and so forth. anytime you're listening via the podcast, you can always access the video feed. Just go to the description of the podcast, and there'll be a link so you can do just that. All right, so before we get to the news portion of today's show, and this message is specifically for Cindy in Richmond, and you know which Cindy I'm talking about. Cindy, shake your head, Cindy. Thank you. I can see that. Hot Air Tom has gone to hell on this cruise. Let me explain. Okay. Now, this message isn't for all you folks out there in the world. This is for Cindy over in Richmond about Hot Air Tom. By the way, Hot Air Tom is not listening today. He's off on an excursion in Sydney. He's going to a fiddler's convention where he's going to try to fiddle and dance. I'm not sure how that's going to work. But anyway. So Hot Air Tom, it seems, they got into Quebec. And he had to get off the ship to check in. So they made him take his booze that he had ordered off the ship. Well, when he got back on the ship, they didn't take the booze back. So he took it to his cabin. So he's got this vodka and rum, I think it's spice rum maybe, in the cabin. He mixes vodka and rum on the rocks. I don't know what he's doing. Just wait. That's not all. All right, so that's, of course, the gym. No, that's not there. This is yesterday in Charlottetown. They have lobsters in Prince Edward Island as well. Just thought I'd say that. Now, some of these pictures probably got out of order. So anyway, these are various assorted pictures from Charlottetown. He took a horse and buggy ride. They wouldn't let him drive the buggy. So he was upset about that. So he had to sit back on the back row after he tried to talk him into driving the thing. And of course, they got people up there that talk about give you a good education about the area. And some of these kind of neat houses, I think. So this was in Charlottetown. That was the driver and guide that he had. And this, of course, in Charlottetown is looking back at the gym where she was parked. Now, this morning, he got off the boat, and now he's in Sydney today, Sydney, Nova Scotia. This is the gym. That's kind of got a kind of a weird dock sort of thing, and opens into almost like an open field. Mine shift 1 is in port today, so he wants to know if anybody can speak German. And that's looking back at the end of the pier where you get off in Sydney. Now, I have no idea where this fiddler's convention is, whether he's got to go someplace or maybe it's just over there where that crowd is. I don't know. But he said he would have to listen to the show on replay. So he takes a thermos with him that has some kind of sweet tea in it and a healthy dose of vodka. Now, that was like an hour ago. So at 10 o'clock this morning, Hot Air is drinking tea with vodka. Cindy, he's going to come home as a total sot. Just saying. And I haven't even gotten up there to drink with him. Hot Air Tom never drank. Or he drank, but he drinks very little. So that's great. I'm going to meet up with Hot Air on Friday, and we'll see how bad a shape he's in. I may have to do some kind of intervention. Speaking of interventions, this is from Elizabeth. She got off the boat in Amsterdam, And she was walking around waiting for a restaurant to open. She gets off the boat and she likes to go someplace and have a nice vegan meal. And generally she might have a glass of wine or something. She doesn't have to work all day when they're in port. So she's walking around in Amsterdam, just minding her own business and looking at things. And she ends up in the middle of the red light district. And this is the sex museum in the red light district. I'm not going to share any pictures or anything in the sex museum. But she got embarrassed several times, I understand. That's Elizabeth. And apparently she took this picture of all these bicycles. So apparently the sex workers ride their bicycles to the sex shops. That's how they get back and forth there in Amsterdam, I guess. I don't know. All right. It's time to get on with what we're supposed to do on this show, and that's to talk about news. But first, a quick word from one of our fine network sponsors. In today's weather, tropical storm warnings in the Carolinas with strong winds and heavy rain spreading across portions of southeastern North Carolina as we speak. The center of the storm is located about 85 miles south of Cape Fear, North Carolina, about 100 miles east of Charleston, South Carolina. Maximum sustained winds are 50 miles an hour. The present movement is to the northwest at 3. Central pressure is 1,005 and dropping slowly. A tropical storm warning is in effect for Edisto Beach, South Carolina, northward to Ocracoke Inland, North Carolina. A faster motion toward the northwest or north-northwest is expected today and Tuesday, followed by a gradual turn toward the north on Wednesday. On the forecast track, the low will reach the coast of South Carolina this afternoon and then move inland across the Carolinas tonight through Wednesday. Tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 175 miles from the center. Weakening is forecast to begin after the system moves inland, and it's likely to dissipate over the Carolinas by late Wednesday. Just like Francine, however, this system will leave a lot of tropical moisture in its wake. The combination of storm surge and tide will cause normally dry areas near the coast to be flooded by rising waters moving inland from the shoreline. Potential tropical cyclone 8 will bring 4 to 8 inches of rainfall with isolated totals near 10 inches across portions of northeast South Carolina into southeast North Carolina today and tonight. Across the remainder of North Carolina, 2 to 4 inches of rainfall with isolated totals of 6 inches are expected through Tuesday. Over much of Virginia, 1 to 3 inches of rainfall with locally higher amounts are expected tonight through Wednesday. This rainfall could lead to a risk of flash and urban flooding and minor river flooding. I just hope it gets out of here before I have to leave here to drive to Richmond early Friday. Meanwhile, Gordon is maintaining its status as a tropical depression. It's located about 1,020 miles east of the northern Leeward Islands. Maximum sustained winds are down to 30. Currently, its movement is at 8 miles an hour. Pressure is 1,007 and steady. A westward motion is expected during the next day or so, with Gordon forecast to slow down considerably through the middle of the week. Gordon could become a post-tropical remnant low at any time. That's it for today's weather. Guests booked on Saturday's departure of Carnival Vista received a welcome late-night update just hours before embarkation was to begin, confirming that their ship was now repaired and ready to welcome them aboard. The notification was sent approximately 10 p.m. on Saturday evening as the Carnival Vista left Port Canaveral for several hours of at-sea testing following her engine repairs. Cruise tracking data showed the ship moving out into open waters off the Florida coast, doing several turns in different directions before returning to port for embarkation as planned. No further delays or adjustments were necessary for this sailing. All right, cruisers, this is a fabulous solo deal sailing December the 11th for 10 days on the Norwegian Pearl from Rome to Paris. 0 solo supplement. Solo cabins with taxes and port charges start at $755.39. Double occupancy starts at $755.39 per person based on 2 people in the cabin. 3 at sea is only an additional $506 for the entire 10-night cruise. Ocean views start at $11.95 per person, and the same for double occupancy, of course, times 2. Norwegian Pearl sails December 11th from Rome to Paris. Call me 434-258-9264. While cruises are not always the cheapest vacation, Princess Cruises wants to make it more affordable for guests. The cruise line is extending its better than the best price promotion that launched earlier this summer until December 15th. That special deal, which was originally only supposed to be in place for bookings made between July 1st and September 2nd, is applicable to all cruises embarking in 2025 and 2026. In order to take advantage of the deal, future guests will need to book their 2025 or 2026 cruise between now and December 15th of this year. Just call me 434-258-9264. Carnival Pride has once again failed to be able to make her scheduled visit to Nanortalik, Greenland. Poor weather kept tender operations from proceeding safely, and despite waiting for the weather to clear, the ship was forced to cancel the port visit and move on. This is a common issue with port visits to Greenland, where weather conditions can quickly deteriorate with fog, wind, rain, or rough seas, any of which can make it unsafe for tender boats to operate. Rhapsody of the Seas had to cancel her 7-night Southern Caribbean cruise that was supposed to embark from San Juan on Sunday due to a damaged lifeboat. It's unclear what caused the damage to the smaller vessel, which doubles as a tender boat, but it must have become apparent that the boat could not be fixed or replaced in time to sail. In a statement to guests, Royal Caribbean said, "We must have a seat on a lifeboat for every guest on board." It's unclear if Rhapsody of the Sea's subsequent sailing, another 7-night Southern Caribbean voyage scheduled to embark on September 22nd, will be impacted. That said, the cancellation gives the family-friendly cruise line a week to make repairs or replace the damaged lifeboat. Joe Bonamassa and Sixth Man are celebrating the 10th anniversary of their music cruise, Keeping the Blues Alive at Sea, Alaska, set to sail from September 15th, 2025. Departing from Seattle aboard the Norwegian Jade, the cruise will visit Ketchikan and Sitka in Alaska, as well as Victoria in British Columbia. The 6-day event will feature live performances by Bonamassa and other blues and blues rock artists like Marcus King, Little Feat, and Shemiki Copeland. Bookings start at $100 per person. The Alaska cruise will support the Keeping the Blues Alive Foundation, which Bonamassa founded in 2011. They provide resources to music students and educators, with over $2 million in donations benefit more than 100,000 students across the U.S. Introducing the Model R 4-wheel urban mobility scooter. With a small turning radius and rotating front wheels, Wheel allows you to effortlessly maneuver in tight spaces. The 4-wheel Wheel Model R with exceptional stability and comfort. The Model R automatically adjusts speeds during turns. All right, so I gave you a preview. That is obviously a new commercial that from Will on the new Model R. It's still under construction, folks. That's roughly the first half of it. I will have it completed today. I didn't get it done I'd hoped to get it done this morning, so I'll have it completed today, and you'll get to see the rest of it tomorrow. The new Model R is a scooter, not a wheelchair. Like I use a Model C wheelchair. This is a scooter, much like the scooters that Scootaround rents. However, it's made by Will as opposed to some of the other brands. So it's a scooter. It's available from Will and Scootaround. All you have to do is call me or call, the regular numbers for Will or Scootaround to order it. And I always use SRM BRN 11137. That's it. Or no, SRN 11137. That's it. That's the code for me. I make a couple of dollars if you do. All right, so that's going to end the news portion of today's show. Let's go see who's fussing at me in the chat room today. Chat room. That's I got to punch that button to get to the chat room so I can see who's saying what. All right, Mike's with us on the other side of the pond. There's Gary Older and Dirt. Hey, Gary. Bob's with us. One of our ex-folks, Bella, says hello, everyone. Cindy's with us. Cindy going on a cruise here pretty soon, I imagine. Sonny's with us down in Mississippi. Hi, Sonny. M's with us up in New York. Says, hey there, gang. Bella says, need new friends. Yeah, that might be a bomber. I don't know. Hi, Glenda. The housekeeper just came in, so Glenda will be here working on cleaning up this messy house today. Bob says, back from adventure, excellent cruise. Went to Labadee to drop off supplies Tuesday night. Was nice to see. I have pics for you. Have to do that later. Great. Thanks, Bob. I'm glad you enjoyed adventure. I like adventure. That's one of my, I'd say adventure might be one of my top 5 favorite ships. Definitely top 10. Probably closer to 5. I'd have to think about that one real hard. I mean, I like a lot of ships, but I really liked adventure. I've been on it twice. Emily says we're all shaking our heads about Hot Air Tom, I assume. Let's see. Todd's with us. Says good morning to everybody. Good morning, Todd. Gotta love Chillie stories, Em says. Thanks, Em. The workers ride their bikes to the sex museum. Yeah, I found that kind of curious. Katie says, sorry I'm late. Hello, everyone. Hello, Katie. We understand you're working. You're not up there on the island like you like to be. You're back slaving. Understood. So that's going to wrap me up today. Again, folks, don't forget, Friday could be screwy, could be normal. I'm not going to know till I'm on the train on my way to Boston. Cindy says 2 weeks until I fly to Rome. I knew that was coming up pretty soon. 2 days, then cruise on the Escape. Air Canada strike settled. No concerns there. Pretty much packed and ready. I haven't even done my laundry for Friday yet. I'm going to do that today. I've got it ready to go in to get put in the washing machine. But I'm not going to pack today. No. That's not going to happen. All right. I can't. I'm all in favor of you guys to get ready weeks ahead of time. I don't have the wardrobe to do that. That's another thing. So, wow, that's my first cough this morning, folks. As you can tell, I'm feeling lots better. Still, I'm weak. I'm not back to strength, and I've still got dark circles under my eyes. I mean, not that I'm vain or anything, but, let's face it, that's darker than they're supposed to be. I look like I got two black eyes. Yeah, that's just all from still recovering from this double pneumonia business. All right, that's going to wrap me up for today, guys. But I'll be back same time, same channel tomorrow. Don't forget, smash that thumbs up button. We don't have as big a crowd from X today as normal. That might be because I didn't get things posted on announcing the show till late, so it might be my fault. However, the X folks are, of course, always welcome. And if you have not subscribed, please consider doing so. We've had a nice little run of new subscribers. Let me give you a report on that before I get off the show. Let me see if it shows here. Oh yeah, the dashboard's where it is. Yes, I'm up to 6489, so we could easily pass the 6,500 mark today or tomorrow. Heading towards 7,000 to be real nice over the next week or 10 days while I'm with Hot Air Tom to hit the 7,000 number. And then Hot Air Tom and I could drink some of that rum and vodka mixed on the rocks. Oh, I don't think so. All right, guys. That's it for today. I'll see everybody back here tomorrow. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. You guys have a wonderful day. See you at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry, so if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chilliescruises.